Flora-Bama, and it got slammed in the last couple hurricanes. So, if you go back again, you can see which rooms are missing and which rooms they added as a result. But Flora-Bama is right on the border of Alabama and Florida, and you could go in there and there'd be like 3 different bands playing, one band slightly different from the next. You could get one of those sawed-off boxes like they put a case of beer in, heaping with crawfish for like $5. And then they had this triple level deck out there overlooking the Gulf of Mexico in the middle of the night, all the stars, and of course the band playing, and all the people hanging around all day. Fantastic people watching, plus you had crawfish, plus you're out there on the end of that deck, and it's just gorgeous. That'd be tough to beat. On the right night, which I actually liked weeknights better, because too slammed on the weekends. But I would have to say a really good weeknight at Flora-Bama.
He was asked the best party he's ever been to, and that was his answer.
The mullet toss.
Hard to beat that place.
Yeah.
I have a friend.
Ryan Brown and our buddies at the next round did a live show from the Flora-Bama this past Saturday for the Army-Navy game.
Yeah, they're in partnership with the Flora-Bama. I would love to know how that sales pitch went. I didn't know that they had church there. So they have what they have there every day and then church on Sunday. So when I was down there for spring break one year in college, I had a friend lose a wallet there, or lost a wallet during the course of the night, thought it was there, went back Sunday morning to retrieve the wallet, and having a church service at Flora-Bama with ladies' underwear stapled to the roof. It just felt a little out of place.
Any place where you can sin and be forgiven in the same domicile is a good thing.
It's a good point. One-stop
shopping. Yeah.
It's the best party you guys have ever been to.
Oh, that's a great question. I don't know how many details I can share.
Yeah, I may have hosted it.
Ooh.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we had a party my junior year at my apartment. We had a little duplex. We floated 4 kegs, and I had to run to the store to buy like another 6 cases of beer on top of that. We had like 50, 60, 70 people. We probably outdrew some of the smaller fraternities that night. It was fun.
And you didn't get kicked out or the police called?
No. Well, that's the great thing about working at Papa John's back in the day when you gave the cops free pizza all the time was just telling them ahead of time, hey, if you get a noise complaint at 103 Camp Avenue, just ignore it. And they did. They knew where their bread was buttered, so to speak.
Mine doesn't involve crawfish like Mike Leach's, but it was actually when I was...
Where their pizza crust was garlic buttered, so to speak.
Yeah, there you
go. So when I was going through Rush, the fraternity that I ended up joining, I hadn't pledged yet. It was before they gave out bids. They had a pair of DJs called White Panda at the house. And I couldn't care less about that kind of music, but they changed every light in the house to a black light. Every single light in the entire fraternity house was a black light. All of them. And so everybody, like, I'm shirtless with the exception of a construction vest and cut off jorts that are...
I don't know that Hey Dad needs to be in doubled over laughing right now. It's not great for the cough. Borky and cut off jorts and shirtless other than a construction vest, he says.
And the girls got some kind of like fluorescent like marker that when you drew it showed up in black light. So I'm covered in marker and I've got a construction vest on and just the perfect level of hydration. And the DJs played, and it was just an incredible scene with the whole house being black lights and all that. Anyway, we're walking back to the dorm, and there was a huge hill between one dorm and ours. And we're all walking back as a group, and the university police had a roadblock. But the roadblock either ended or they chased somebody and left, like, not the signs, but the barriers up in the road. And we took the barriers off the road, and we're using them like snowboards and going down the hill from one dorm to the other, using the police
You were
barriers.
official. You had a construction vest on.
Exactly.
It makes it official. Oh, my God.
Yeah, White Panda. All the way back in 2010.
We could get that picture, Richard. I put that on something.
I'll tell you what. On my computer, I think I have some from that night saved still.
We need to see those.
C-Spire text line. By the way, if you just turned on the radio and you hear Michael Borky talking about a college party and you go, how inappropriate on a day when you're remembering Mike Leach, or you should be honoring Mike Leach. This is in direct response to the clip that he played where Mike Leach was discussing the best party he had ever been to at the Flora-Bama. C-Spire text line, we once threw a party at Ole Miss, and about 1,500 to 2,000 people show up. The cops could only direct traffic.
Goodness gracious.
It made the papers all the way in Oh, okay. Okay. Please tell me there is a picture, Borky, of you in your construction vest.
There is somewhere. I think I saved a few when I deleted my Facebook page, so I think I've got some.
Bobby in Batesville says, I just had a friend ask me what it means to float a keg. I told him he'd know it if he saw it.
Yeah, that's a true story.
I'm sure I can't remember my best party. Somebody says Coco Bongos with women flying overhead.
Nice.
Lot of requests, Borky, for pictures.
If I've got them, we'll share them. For sure.
Something tells me he's not going to look for these pictures very hard, Mr. Haydad.
Well, I have one file that I saved of all the pictures that I wanted off of my Facebook page. And I can't imagine in that moment me thinking I don't want pictures from that night.
This text leads to so many more questions, none of which should be asked. Went to a friend's party, woke up in his mom's closet.
Uh-oh.
Just reading what the text line says.
Aha. Yeah.
Yeah.
You dog.
I would love to hear Mike Leach respond to that message on the C-Spire text line.
Man, what a great content idea that would have been. Just have him sit here and put the text line in front of him and just, all right, coach, just go. Just go.